first step in our recipe today for chicken enchiladas is to open up a package of chicken breast. Here I have about 1.5 pounds and I'm placing the chicken breast into my crock pot. Once I place the chicken breast into the crock pot, I'll be adding about 2 cups of chicken broth. After you've placed your chicken breast and chicken broth into your crock pot, you're going to want to put the lid on and turn it up to high and cook for about 1 hour. Once your chicken is fully cooked in the crock pot, you'll want to grab some tongs and remove the chicken breast from the crock pot and place it onto a cutting board. If you watched our video on how to make pulled barbecue chicken sandwiches, then this step is going to look a little bit familiar. What I'm doing here is taking one fork and placing it into the chicken breast, and with my opposite fork, I am pulling at the chicken breast. This next step is completely optional, but I'm going to be adding a can of green chilies to my shredded chicken. But first, I'm going to show you how to properly use a can opener. You're going to take your manual can opener and open the handles completely. Then take the sharp wheel and place it over the lip of the edge of the can and clamp it tightly. Once you've punctured the can, you're going to twist the handle until your can is completely open. Now that I've opened my can of green chilies, I'm going to place my chicken into a bowl and pour the can of green chilies on top of it and mix it thoroughly. Next, we're going to open up a can of enchilada sauce and pour a small amount into the bottom of a baking dish and swirl the dish around to coat the bottom of the pan evenly. For this step, you're going to want to take 1 tortilla and scoop a decent amount of chicken on top of the tortilla. You don't want to use too much because we're going to be rolling these, and if they're overstuffed, they're going to fall apart. So as you can see, once I've added the chicken, I'm tightly rolling the tortilla so there's no spillage of chicken, and then I'm going to place it into my pan with the fold side down. Once you've mastered the first enchilada, you're going to continue doing that step about 5 more times. This recipe specifically should make about 6 enchiladas. Once you've filled your baking dish with the enchiladas, you're going to take the remainder of the enchilada sauce from your can and pour it over top the enchiladas. After you've poured all the enchilada sauce on top of your tortillas, you're going to loosely cover it with some aluminum foil and place it in your oven for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees. After you've baked your enchiladas for about 20 minutes, you're going to remove the aluminum foil and sprinkle some mozzarella cheese on top. After you've topped your enchiladas with cheese, you're going to turn the oven up to broil and put it in for about 10 more minutes. Once you've returned your enchiladas back into the oven, you can take some cilantro and start to cut it up finely if you choose to use cilantro. Also optional, if you want to add some lime juice into it, now would be the perfect time to cut open your lime. After you've let your enchiladas broil for about 10 minutes, you'll know it's ready once the cheese gets a little bit crispy and golden brown. Once you take the enchiladas out of the oven, they're going to be extremely hot. I would advise you let them cool in the pan for about 10 or 15 minutes. As you can see, I'm not taking my own advice because I'm impatient when it comes to food, but once you remove them from the pan, this would be the time that you top them with sour cream, cilantro, lime, hot sauce, whatever you prefer. They're also good without toppings. It's all personal preference. As always, I hope you enjoyed this recipe and we'll see you next time.